however, that we will not rest until the truth is known. Even now, our archaeologians scour ruins in every corner of the realm for traces of Ultima's touch.
Fallen ruins, I take it. Dating back as far as Phoenix Gate.
Indeed. Ultima's thralls are oft sighted among the remnants of the fallen civilization, as if protecting the secrets concealed within.
Secrets we'd see unearthed.
Should our methods be of interest, my lord, mayhap it would please you to observe some of our number at work.
Would that be possible?
Of course. A survey is being conducted not far from here. Perchance you are familiar with...
We're gonna give these people a surprise inspection from the boss.
Built around a fallen airship. I was due to visit my colleagues there to collect their preliminary findings, but if you would consent to do so in my stead, I'm sure that they would be honored to relate any discoveries they have made to you directly.
Alright.
Alright. I'll go and meet with them.
They will be most gratified, I am sure. Might I suggest you take the road through Titan's Wake? It will lead you straight to the village after but a short walk.
Thank you. I will.
I wish you a safe journey, my lord. May the Firebird's flames burn ever in your heart.
Quest accepted.
Village built around an airship.
Let's see.
Sounds like another lost wing.
What are the angry Val bearers have never done anything
friendly.
to them specifically? Flashy says people believe bearers to be beneath them, nothing more than tools for others to use. So I didn't do anything to them specifically. Be like a person of color, a rich person, not a perfect. Oh, yeah, I don't think that metaphor is solid for this, but I agree with the first half of what Flashy said. That, yeah, just like the people in this world, they think of the bearers just like tools, like a hammer, and they use them until they run out of magic and turn to stone and die, and then they just go get another one. And so they feel like this guy was nothing more than a tool, and then he... What was he said? That he was laughing behind our backs. They feel like he was, essentially living his life and fooling them and then laughing about it every night, which is absolutely not. He was probably living in fear every night, not laughing about it. But that's how they're choosing to interpret it. They're basically considered non-human. They're basically considered subhuman. Like, they think that they are, like, just a lower life form. Head and to the right.
This might take a while.
Their value is their ability to be dominants. No, dominants are the people that have one of the god things in them. There's only like 8 dominants. It's like the brother that has Phoenix in him is a dominant. Bearers can use magic. There's tons of those.
Kicked out already?
No. This charmer ain't letting anyone through.
Why are the gates closed?
Chief's orders. No one's allowed in without his say-so. Not that I'd have let you in anyway. You look like trouble.
You have no idea.
I suggest you go home.
That's what I'm trying to do, you little prick. Ain't changed a bit, have you, Snotty?
No. It isn't. Blackthorn.
Long time no see, eh?
What the hell are you doing here?
Well, it was meant to be a surprise, but since you are so nicely, I'm here to see Zoltan, you fucking numbskull. Now let us through.
All right. Just don't go starting anything with the chief.
Yeah, I promise I won't throw the first punch. That good enough for you?
Dominants are treated with respect everywhere other than Iron Kingdom. Yeah, Iron Kingdom was the one that had Jill basically in chains and forced her to fight. They would just like bring slaves up to her and be like, Attack that city or we'll kill this kid. And they would just do that repeatedly to keep forcing her to fight. Are dominants another non-human type of person? No, like, dominants are people that seem to be, like, born in tune with these big beings. Like, we're an exception. We're, like, the dominant for Ifrit. That offers us a few things. Like, one, we can channel Ifrit's, like, fire powers and stuff like that. We are immune to the ether floods, so we can go into areas flooded with ether that would kill normal people or turn them into Akashics. But all the dominants so like the the Phoenix one, Jill with her ice, like all the other dominants, as they use their powers, it shortens their lifespan. But our main character, Clive, is an anomaly that he is not getting his health reduced or his health worsened when he is using the powers. That's an outlier. That's not how it is for everybody else.
So this is Dravosht. Not much going on, is there?
It's a smithing town.
It's throwing me off because Clive was able to bear her. Yes, okay, so that, though, was his mom. Clive, his mom, he was unconscious, and she was like, oh, you know what would be funny? Brand him as a bearer and throw him into the slave market. And she basically did that to get him out of the way, and she thought he would die there, like he would live a horrible life and die. She didn't expect him to survive. That was just basically a rich person abusing someone beneath their power in the story. Hello. Thank you.
When I was a lad, you'd have to shout to be heard over the sound of hammer on anvil.
I've been brought a hot dog, chat.
Clive, you're good with people. You speak to Zoltan.
Hey, you ain't backing out now, are you?
There's a river of bad blood between me and the chief. But if someone can build me a bridge, then I'll cross it.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
I appreciate it. He'll be near the forge on the hill. It was our master's. He'd have inherited it when I left.
The forge on the hill.
Good luck. You'll be needing it.
But if we can't fire the forges, how are we going to earn our keep?
Shut your hole.
If we can't fire the forge.
Something.
Hot dog with nothing on it, you psycho. Hey, when I'm feeling real crazy, I'll get ketchup, alright?
Hotter! Hotter, damn it! Those miserable flames wouldn't melt butter, let alone iron.
Pardon the intrusion. I'm looking for the chief.
That'd be me.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'll bet it is. Keep the gates closed, I tell him. Well done, Snotty. You're not welcome here. Get out. Before things turn nasty.
Blackthorn's here.
What did you say?
He's traveled a long way to see you.
Yes, has he?
He's waiting. Down by the gates.
Then I suggest you take him with you when you leave.
Didn't you apprentice together?
So what if we did?
Fuck! We're getting nowhere. These bearers' flames are next to bloody useless.
We're never going to be able to fire up the forges unless we can find some new crystals.
Oh, okay. I can kind of see what's happening. All right, so we destroyed the mother crystals. So the little crystals have weakened. And this town was built off using fire crystals to run their blacksmith's forges. They don't actually have, like, bellows and stuff like that, I don't think, to heat it up, using science. So I think they can't get their forges to work.
I'm a busy man, as you can see, so do me a favor and piss off. Oh, and if you're struggling to find your way out, ask Blackthorn. That prick knows exactly where the exit is. He's not wanted here. And neither are you.
All right. I'm going.
Man, I would like summon a huge fireball and be like, you want me to heat that up for you? And then they're like, oh god, he's a bearer. Then I'd summon a big ice ball and be like, no, I'm not.
Let me guess. Zoltan told you to piss off.
As a personal favor to him, yes.
As a personal favor to me, piss off.
Well, at least he didn't beat about the bush.
There'll be no talking him round. Not after what I did.
Which is what exactly? If we're to help, we need to know. What turned the village against you?
I left. Dravozd. Zoltan. The burden of leadership our dying master dropped in our laps. All of it. There are two kinds of smiths in this world, you see. My kind, who are in it for the love of the craft, who labour on a single piece from dawn to dusk to get it just right. And the other kind, who are in it for different reasons. People like Zoltan, whose work is quick and cheap. The kind of smiths who shit out a few hundred blades, reap the profit, and divvy it out among themselves.
And out 100 blades.
There wasn't a single day we weren't at each other's throats.
So he's a businessman.
Bit by bit, people started taking sides. You would have torn Dravozd in half had it gone on. So, I left.
You didn't have to do that.
Zoltan's a better chief than I would have been. His way of doing things kept food on people's tables. Dravozd prospered without me and my lofty ideals getting in the road. Until the crystals run out at any rate. Without magic to fire the furnaces, this place is as good as dead.
I bet Midge could make like
Depends on how
bellows
you
for
look
them.
at it, though. There's got to be other ways of making fire. We manage it in the Deadlands.
Thanks to Sid's ingenuity, yeah. He saw all of this coming. Knew crystals were the problem, not the solution. And spent years coming up with ways of doing without.
You know what I mean, though, right? Where there's a will, there's a way. What I'm trying to say is that it's not your fault. You couldn't have predicted this.
It doesn't matter whose fault it is. I don't want to be the greatest smith alive just because I happen to be the last. Clive.
Why don't we offer to fix the fire problem?
Dravozd won't last long without its furnaces. So, do you think it's time we shared Sid's bellows with the world?
It was the
The
bellows.
way I see it. It's your decision to make.
Hold on, Blackthorn. Sid made those things for us. They give us an edge over the rest. And you'd be throwing it away.
All right. It was only ever a matter of time before we shared them. Let this be another step on the road to freeing Valisthea from the prison of the Crystal's blessing. Dravozd will show the world that it's possible. Wouldn't you agree, August?
When you put it that way, of course. It's like hearing Sid speak from beyond the grave.
Thank you, Clive.
Shall I go and fetch the plans, then?
I know I'm off by heart. I'll be needing some help, though. Building a furnace isn't exactly a one-man job. Do us a favor and round up anyone strong enough to lug a brick or two with you, August.
All right, then.
Why would they listen?
And I've got a job for you too, Clive. Finding me some salamander skin. I need leather for the bellows and nothing else will withstand the heat. Luckily for us, salamanders feed out in the fields of Karava.
Time for a spot of hunting, then.
Okay. So like right there. All right. Imagine that that he shows up, and then the chieftain is like, "You need to leave," and he goes to the gate, and he's just like, "Round up anyone who can carry a brick." And he's like, "Well, I told you to leave, not start giving my people jobs to do." I'm pretty happy that I guessed that the issue was that they hadn't invented bellows, and then I ended up being right on the money. You know what? Hold on a sec. I haven't saved it in a little bit. Let's do that real quick. that a salamander?
Let's make this quick, shall we?
Yes.
No mistakes.
A little wyvern. Saving this for this moment. There we go. Back to doing double the damage I was before with those staggers with that beam.
I dare say that will be enough for a decent set of bellows.
Can I port back? I guess not. Also, I don't know how to get there right now. Oh, wait, yes I can. It didn't have the, like, hold B to snap back to the quest giver thing that it often does.
What's this all about then?
Don't know. Any trouble finding the skin?
Nothing I couldn't handle.
There should be plenty. Right then, time to put these louts to work. If everyone pulls their weight, we'll be finished in no time.
Well, I'll be damned. I honestly didn't think it'd work. But it's hot enough, all right. And without a single crystal in sight.
You know what this means, don't you?
I do, yeah. Dravost is saved.
An awkward
Sorry
conversation
about it,
with the chief.
I'd take back everything I said. That thing you built us is an honest to God's marvel. You saved our village.
It's Blackthorn you should be thanking. He oversaw the construction.
Give this to him, would you?
What is it?
Head Cole's cinders. After he left, I spent years trying to eke the most out of our forges. That there was my answer. Chuck it in the fire, and your forge will burn hotter for longer, which will do wonders for your steel. Our secret for yours. Only fair. I've always envied Blackthorn. Since the day I became chief, I spent every spare moment trying to match up to the bastard. No amount of sleepless nights at the anvil will ever bridge that gap, though. He's a genius. Plain and simple. The man Dravost needed. But he took all his talent and left. Gifted and free. Is it any wonder I hate his guts?
The cinders would mean more coming from you.
I need to forgive him first. And that's not gonna happen.
It's a start.
Well, you know what they say? Oriflamme weren't built in a day and all that. These things take time. Especially when they involve two geezers who hold grudges tighter than their hammers. But what matters is, Blackthorn's got that twinkle back in his eye. And I'd call that a job well done.
So would I.
I reckon he's going to be at it a while yet, though, so why don't you head off without us? I'll see that the old git gets home safe and sound.
See that you both do. I'll save the cinders till then.
All right. It'll be a nice little surprise for him.
Okay.
Hey, that's not Blackthorn, is it?
These things are going to take some getting used to.
All right, report back to Blackthorn in town.
Gentlemen, I see you both made it home in one piece.
Yeah, well, we didn't want to outstay our welcome. The whole village turned out for a go on the bellows after you left. Everyone except Zoltan has. Didn't see hide nor hair of him.
Oh, but that reminds me. I have something for you.
Pit coal cinder.
Pick cinder. How'd you come by this? And you're sure he wanted me to have it?
I'm sure. He didn't say so, but I think he wants to forgive you.
Huh. Imagine that. Yeah. You know I could never leave this place, don't you? Every time you put on mail, you and the curse breakers are trusting me with your lives. There's no greater honor for a smith than that. I'm not about to go crawling back to Zoltan for forgiveness, but I will make good use of his cinder. And if that helps save even a single life, then he'll have my gratitude. What was it you said he called me? Huh? A genius? And he spent sleepless night trying to copy me, did he?
Oh no.
Sounds like I better get to work.
We inflated his ego
I've
too
got a
much.
reputation to uphold.
It's good to see you back on form, Blackthorn.
I don't know how you pair put up with me sometimes, but I'm grateful all the same. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, about to put Zoltan back in his place.
Hey, Mike, can I ask you 2 questions? Always, T-Mike.
Ain't
Go
got
ahead.
the art to tell him how similar they are. Stubborn bastards.
A little healthy competition should be good for him.
You're not wrong. Still, it's a shame him and Zoltan couldn't let bygones be bygones. No use grumbling about it now, though. Blackthorn's happy. Or as near to happy as he gets. And that's good enough for me.
Blacksmith Blues 3. Hopefully that's the last time he gets all pouty. We got a new design. Ouroboros recipes unlocked. I guess, like, using his newfound knowledge.
So what do I owe the honor? What do you want?
Oh, that is quite a jump. Ice brand. Alright.
No scratches, all right?
That's a slight increase.
Should last you a good while. No scratches, all right? Not my best work, but it'll do. Yeah, that should do you.
Alright.
And
Okay, got that stuff upgraded.
Steam's awfully thin these days.
Zoltan equals Zaitan. Can't get that link out of my mind hand. My mind. Zoltan!
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them. It's a wonder.
I was quoting Annabelle in response to you show your to show that you are such cases roles used by her being expendable. I guess. Please tell me it's not the Blacksmith Blues 4.
What bad news?
About Dravost. Blackthorn's old haunt. With the forge and all that. Well, anyway, the mines just down the road from there are spewing at ether like no one's business.
And the village?
Safe from the flood for now, but they've got other problems. Akashic. Every creature in the area is either turned, or on the way to turning, apparently. Zoltan and the others are living on borrowed time. They need help, and quick. Doris sent a few curse breakers to keep an eye on things, but there's only so much a couple of scouts can do. Except get eaten. If something ain't done soon, the old place will be overrun.
That's a shame.
I won't let that happen.
Didn't think you would.
Does Blackthorn know?
I thought it might be better if he didn't. He'd only do something stupid. You reckon we should tell him?
No. It's better this way.
Yeah, well, I can't stand about knowing what's happening out there, so I'm off. I'll see you in Dravost.
Does this guy never have any tasks to do? Like, he's great. He's a bro. He's a homie. But does he, like, never have a job? Like, he has so much time to just, like, worry and fret about others. Let's see.
So Dravost is still standing. For now, at least.
If you can swing a hammer, you can swing a sword.
I never thought I'd have to. Clive! You're here!
And the Akashic?
Mostly off to the north still. But I spoke to Doris's scouts and it turns out things are worse than I thought. There's swarms of them out there. Told old Snotty to be ready to seal
His job is to be the ultimate bro while he's doing that swimmingly.
Gate. That should buy us some time if we need it. Enough for the villagers to barricade themselves inside their homes at least.
Well done.
Welcome back, Sid. I'd never have guessed, you know. Not if August hadn't let slip. Who'd have thought that the savior of Dravost would turn out to be the realm's most infamous outlaw? Keen to help us out again?
I am.
Thought you could sneak off without me, did you?
Oh no.
Blackthorn.
Oh, what are you doing here?
One of the scouts couldn't keep his voice down. Unlike my best mate who didn't think I deserved to know. Zoltan, how long's it been? Long enough for us two to turn into a pair of old codgers, I see.
That your idea of an apology? Prick.
Don't listen to him. You only did what you thought was best. For the village and that.
I did, yeah. But that ain't the whole of it. Vulcan, our master, didn't leave the chiefdom to the two of us. He left it to me. The best blacksmith in Dravost, barring himself, of course. Bloody stupid tradition, in my opinion. If someone's got talent, you should let them practice their craft, not ask them to settle petty feuds and barter for grain. Our master wasted half his life that way. I wasn't about to let that happen to me.
So you wasted half of mine instead.
You're what Dravost needed. Under me and my precious ideals, this place wouldn't have lasted a year. So I left to devote myself to the work and spare you lot the consequences. I may be a selfish prick, but I only did what I felt I had to.
What you had to do was your duty!
Even if it meant we all starved?
Enough. This is no time for bickering. You can finish beating each other up once Dravost is safe.
Fine. I've said my piece anyway.
I called him a prick. That's all I wanted
So
to
have
do.
I.
Sorry, Clive. I shouldn't have stuck my nose in. I'm short enough on time as it is. Still, give us a mo, would you? I need to get my head straight before any of them Akashic try to bite it off.
Wait, what? Why do you need to get your head straight?
You, ready for the off, then?
We can't afford to waste any more time.
Right you are. Might be worth having one last word with the scouts, though. Don't want any nasty surprises, do we? Oh, and Blackthorn, you and Zoltan might be better off staying inside the...
Akashic on the move.
How close are they?
Within sight of the walls. And there are more coming up from the mines.
What was I saying about nasty surprises?
They'll wash right over us if we stay out in the open. We're pulling back behind the gates.
Good idea. Get yourselves inside, but keep your weapons handy.
Understood.
I like how the guard's taking orders from
Prepared to fight
August.
if I have to.
And he's like
hope you
a
don't.
newcomer here.
That's our job. Once the scouts are inside, know we're